Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Oscar. If you're here, you probably because you saw my clip on TikTok about Gary, saying that you need 10 pieces of content a day, and if you want, your business, your audience, or anything to grow on the internet, you need to produce a lot of content. And like Gary, I would agree with that. I would say that if you want, to grow your audience, you like he says, you need more eyeballs, and you need to produce content in order to get those eyeballs on whatever you're talking about. If it's hair, makeup, whatever. You need to be making a lot of content, and it's just the way it is. So like you probably heard in the TikTok, you want to create content, but you don't just want to kind of go willy nilly, right? You don't want to just be like, it's kind of like you don't want to do a shotgun approach, right? It's like you don't want to just be spraying all over the place about different things. You want to be strategic, right? Like I said in the TikTok clip, or if you didn't hear that, you want to produce a strategy for your business, for whatever you're doing. If you want to get more people watching your stuff, if you want to grow your audience, it's best if you produce a strategy. And the way you get a strategy is you need to, at least the way I've learned it in my 4 years of learning how to, what is the best way to market one's business, oneself, in this digital industry, right? What is the best way to do it? And it's through strategy, which you get through discovery. So what is discovery? So discovery is a process where you define your brand, you understand your users, you clarify your messaging, and you prioritize your marketing efforts. I learned this from Sean in Butler Branding, and I think he learned it from Chris from Future. His YouTube channels. Future. To me, this makes a lot of sense. I've learned this. I spent a lot of time researching this, and this makes a lot of sense. You have to define your brand, understand your users, and clarify your messaging, and prioritize your marketing efforts. So for this video, we're gonna do just defining the brand. We're just going to do the first section of this process, just because I don't want to have this video too long. So you have to define the brand, and you have to define what the goals are. What are the goals of the brand? So the first step that we're going to do is going to be a visual framework of your GBOs, your global business objectives. And so you're going to see on the screen now a table with products/services, average ticket price for every service, and quantity that you want to be selling per year, per month, depending on how you want to look at it, and then what's going to be the revenue for each of those products or services. So, and then you'll see at the bottom, you'll see the annual revenue goal for your business, and that's what you want to shoot for, right? We have to set an objective for what we want to do, and that's how you'll get your financial goal, what you want to get for your business annually. And if you want to, you can divide that by month as well. I kind of like doing that by month myself, but you can also put the your annual goal. And then next, you're going to see the KPI. It's going to be key performance indicator. So how do you want to grade yourself? Do you want to grade yourself by, or your brand by revenue? Do you want to do by views? Do you want to do it by followers? How do you want to rate yourself? So you want to do that for the first month, for the second month, for the third month, and for the fourth month. And you can go as long as you want. Myself, I like going to the 10th, the fourth month, and that is kind of my goal right now. It's the way I'm doing it is I'm going by 4 months, and I hope to reach my goal at the fourth month. And next is prioritizing your products and services. If I said to prioritize your products and services in the first step in the GBOs, you do it here as well, just so it can be more clear. So you prioritize your products and services from top to bottom. Top being priority, the bottom being less priority. I don't know. Maybe you're doing makeup, and you have your main product. Maybe it's the highest priced product that you have, and maybe that's going to be your highest priority. You put that first, and maybe, I don't know, maybe that's like a makeup kit, right? Maybe that's a makeup kit, and that comes with like a bunch of stuff. And then maybe you have, next thing maybe you have like his lashes or something, right? And the same can go for anything else. You could be selling like cleaning products, right? Like hygiene products. Maybe you have shampoo as your number one, or maybe you have like a bundle, right, that you have as your number one product that you want to sell the most. And then you have and then you do whatever is next for your business. And it doesn't matter, right? As far as I know, it doesn't matter what the product is. Whatever you want it to be, right? That's what it is. And then everything else follows from there, right? Okay, next is brand attributes. What is the business? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What kind of culture does the brand have? So you're going to see a table there again. There's going to be so what you can do now is begin at strengths. And if you have your own paper, maybe I put a sheet on attached to this, but I think you could do it on your own. Just write down, get a piece of paper, or type it in your computer if you have one. If not, get a piece of paper, or maybe if you're somewhere you can't right now, maybe you go home and you do it. But this video is going to be up, for you to come back to it, and you just write down what are the strengths of your business. What do you believe the strengths are? Do you have a system that allows your business to have the same quality of product compared to your competitors with the lower price? Maybe your price is like 10 to 15% lower with the same quality of product, and that's a strength. That's a strength that you have. Maybe you have a really good culture and you treat your employees very well, and maybe that's a strength. Maybe you have a good culture. Whatever your strength is, write that down. Maybe you feel you have an advantage in terms of strategy and systems, right? Maybe you feel like you have, like, maybe compare what I'm doing now to maybe someone in the same field, right? I'm not saying that I'm better than this person or that person, but maybe you have, and I'm sure there's a lot of people better than me doing it, because I stopped a long time ago. I stopped around like 2 or 3 years ago because I felt like I needed more training, and I'm coming back. But maybe somebody doesn't have a system that like I do. I have a system that I plan to utilize with any business owner that wants to come to me for advertising and marketing. I have a system that I have that it's funny enough, Gary talks about the same thing. It talks about brand strategy and positioning, right? It's you have a strategy and you execute that with the positioning part. Maybe that's a strength for yourself and your business. So whatever you have, write that down. And then there's opportunities. What do you feel like, if there's an opportunity in your industry in this moment in time, maybe you see a unique opportunity to yourself that maybe, you see an opening in your industry. What is it? What is that opening? Write that down. And if you do have an opportunity, it's good if you take that opportunity, right? You strike quick while the iron's hot, So So write that down. Next is weaknesses. If you had to choose a weakness, what would you say a weakness for you would be? And if, to be honest, even though I spent a lot of time researching marketing, I spent a lot of time I did this for a while. And like I said, I stopped for a while because I felt like I needed more training. I feel like I needed different training. I was learning stuff from Gary Vee, but then I feel like I needed specifically what he strategy and positioning. I needed to learn that. Maybe whatever yours is, your weaknesses. Mine was lack of experience, and I spent a lot of time learning. But you could still say like I've only had a few clients, but I stopped because, like I said, I feel like I was missing something. Whatever yours is, write that down. Threats. What do you feel like is a threat? For your business, for the brand. If you feel like there's a threat, write it down. I'll be honest, I wrote down on mine my attributes. I felt like I didn't have any threats. Right? I always do this thing in the mornings where I write down whatever I'm grateful for. And I honestly, when I was doing this, when I was going through this process, I felt like there's not many threats, outside of like, an asteroid hitting the Earth, or us going to war with, Russia or China or something, and having a nuclear war, right? There's like, besides that, stuff like that, I feel like, I'm very blessed and I don't have too many threats. So let's move forward. So in general, what are the words that come to mind when you think about your brand, your culture, your business, your employees? What are 3 words that come to mind quickly? I'll give you an example of mine. Is when I think of my business, I think of prosperous, right? I want my whenever I have a client, I want our businesses to grow, both of our businesses, especially my clients, to be prosperous. And then I think professional. When it comes to my brand, I think professionalism. I think we have a system, and then also strategic. We're strategic in the way we operate, and and we help our clients to create strategies as well. Next is culture. What is the feeling? What's the atmosphere? What's the vibe of the culture of your brand? And then mine, for as an example, mine was professional, kind, and aware. That's the attributes I feel I want my brand to be as I grow into this business. Next is users. Who's our community? Who's our customers? Who are our prospects? For me, it's professionals, entrepreneurs, and managers, marketing managers in particular. Next is voice. What's our personality? How do we sound like? What's our tone? How do we posture? That type of stuff. Again, ours is professional, and we seek to ask questions and find answers. That's what I put for mine. So we're actually gonna stop the video there. I think we're like halfway through the first step of the 4 sections, but stay tuned. I'll be making the videos, and there'll be the full 4 steps. Defining the brand, defining the users, and the other 2. So they'll be up. Don't worry about it. If this is the information you need, it's coming. And any questions, let me know. If you think this had value, and it was useful, like it. Questions, comment. Somebody that you feel might be useful to, share it. And I appreciate you guys listening. Hope you guys have a good day.